Jodie here from Behind the Scene. I'm here with Luke Seymoup, Melbourne's own punk and R&B ukulelist. Thanks so much for agreeing to have a chat today, Luke.
It's a pleasure.
So you're playing in the upcoming Adelaide Winter Music Festival Woolly Mammoth at the Ed Castle Hotel. Do you prefer to say castle or castle?
I always say castle. I'm a long A person, definitely.
And with the lineup being pretty, I think it's pretty awesome. Is there anyone you're excited to see or catch a beer with?
As always, I'm very excited to see Betty Viles play. I'm on tour with Betty over the next couple of weeks, but she's doing a full band set in Adelaide, and that's going to be awesome. I think the Sandpit Turtles are one of the best bands in the country.
So yeah, your tour is the world's cutest tag team tour, and that starts Saturday at the Old Bar. So
That's right.
Is it just Betty on her own?
Yeah, we're doing all solo. I'm playing ukulele for the whole tour. Betty's playing solo every show except Adelaide, I'm pretty sure.
Awesome. So are you just hiring a car and travelling around together, or?
Well, because she's Sydney-based and I'm Melbourne-based, she's flying down here and then I'll be heading up there next week.
I love the poster for it too. It's absolutely gorgeous. Did you design that?
Yeah, I drew that.
Yeah, I love it. I love your merch stuff and your album covers. You're really creative. How do you get inspiration to do all that?
I'm just always doodling, I guess. And at the end of the day, it helps me relax after work. So, while I'm watching TV or anything else, I'll just sit down with my sketchbook and see what comes out. For that particular poster, I kind of came up with the image in my head, and that was what inspired the idea for the tour. I said to Betty, do you want to do this tour? Because I've already got the perfect poster planned out. Yeah.
It's pretty cute. I love that it was inspired by a poster too. So, Knotfest 6 is coming up. Are you in the pickle making process already?
You know what? I've just started cleaning out the jars 2 days ago.
Yep.
And it has been a 2-day job. I've been stockpiling jars for the better part of a year. And I'm my own worst enemy because I didn't rinse any of them out in advance. So I've been dealing with some pretty gross stuff, but they're looking beautiful now. And once the jars are clean and sterilised, they're going to be ready to start putting pickles in.
Awesome. Are you making your own labels again? Are they going to be the same labels as last year or new labels?
I've still got a stockpile of the old label. I made the mistake of ordering 300 the first time around, so I've got to get through them before I move on to a new one.
Yep. They're pretty awesome. For anyone that doesn't quite know, Luke, you make the pickles for picklebacks, which is a whiskey shot with a shot of pickle brine.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah, so it tastes like a hamburger, I'm being told. I didn't get one last year because I was driving the whole time, but this year I'm rectifying that, and I don't know how I'm going to get from A to B, but that's for future Jodie to figure out, so...
Yeah, look, I don't drink, but I remember the pickleback as being quite good. I want to enable other people to enjoy themselves. Really, all you taste is the pickle juice by the time you're done.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, last year I didn't drink at all at Knotfest, but I still had the best time ever. And there were a lot of very inebriated people, but everyone was just having a great time, so it was a really good atmosphere, and I'm hoping it's the same. I believe it would be the same sort of thing at the upcoming Woolly Mammoth. Seems like very similar sort of people playing.
Yeah, I think it's all a very kind of tight-knit music community over there in Adelaide. Everyone's very respectful, and, all the bands are definitely going to do their best to keep it a safe environment for everyone who's attending.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I was on the fence about coming, and then I spoke to the brothers Goon, Lockie and Jake, and they were just like, you better come. So I started booking flights, or looking at flights, so because it seemed
it'll be worth it.
I knew it'd be worth it. I just needed that push, because as it was getting closer, I'm like, oh, can I afford it? And I'm like, forget about it. I'll make it happen. So you've just recorded a really awesome ukulele album called Uke Seymoup, which I love the title. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Look, once again, it's one of those things where I came up with the title and then decided to turn it into an EP. It always starts with an idea. Usually when I'm at work, as a primary school teacher, I spent a lot of time fiddling on the ukulele throughout the day, usually while the kids are out at lunch and stuff like that, and I'll just be in my classroom coming up with riffs and stuff like that on the uke, because it's easy to pick up.
Yep.
And that kind of all evolved into a few songs, and then from a few songs into an 8-track EP. So I flew over to Adelaide last year and recorded that with Lockie from the Brothers Goon.
Yep.
And I think he did an amazing job with it. I really wanted to keep it sort of bare bones, kind of raw sort of sound.
Yeah.
So, yeah, really inspired by like the Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska album and Julian Baker and stuff like that.
Yeah. I played, because I've noticed that you've got this competition going with the Box Hill Institute for people to play your uke song Judas. If you get enough plays for that, it'll help you record your next upcoming album, Pop Songs. So I was playing that a fair bit on a road trip not long ago. I was in the car by myself. And your voice sort of reminds me in that song about like Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins. I sort of had that reminiscence of that.
Yeah, I get that a surprising amount. You know, I've never been. It's not that I don't like the Smashing Pumpkins. I think they're really cool, but they're just not a band that I've spent a lot of time listening to.
Yeah.
You know, I guess people pointed out I can kind of see the similarity.
Yeah. So can you tell us a bit about your upcoming pop song album that you're in the process of trying to record?
Well, we actually started recording it a few months ago. With our friend Danny, who recorded our first album, who's an amazingly talented engineer, but unfortunately, you know, he had some computer troubles, and we lost everything we recorded. No fault of his, obviously, but just one of those things, you know, be a bit hard to start again at that point. So the competition popped up. We've got our fingers crossed on that one. If it doesn't work out, we're looking into some other avenues of recording it. It's going to be 5 songs, and the sound of it is pretty much a continuation of the album I put out last year. So it's more of that similar kind of rocky folk punk type of stuff. But these songs definitely lean a little more in the pop direction than in the punk direction, I think, which is why it's called Pop Songs.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I love the album cover that you've already put out, that I've seen. So
I've got album covers for every release I've got planned for the next probably 20 years already.
That's pretty cool. And I like the idea, the concept of having a pop album. Like, I just can't wait to see what you do with that, because, you know, you've done an R&B album with a professional, like folk punk R&B, and that worked really, really well. So, and the uke album as well, like, that was...
I just always want to try lots of different things. I don't want to lock myself into just playing one kind of music, because I listen to too much different sorts of things to only want to play one thing. So, you know, I just want to do everything.
Sounds good. So we know that you're a Whovian, and that's Doctor Who fan for people that don't understand the terminology, and an avid WWE wrestling fan. So who or what got you inspired to love your love of music?
You know what? Until I was about 11 or 12 years old, I just had no interest in music whatsoever. You know, my sister would put on the music channel on TV and I'd just leave the room. But probably like when I was around 12, 13, I first heard the band Linkin Park, and you wouldn't know it you hear the music I play now, but hearing Linkin Park for the first time is really what inspired me to play music, and then from there it evolved into I played saxophone first, and then I got into guitar later when I started to get into more sort of rock stuff.
I think, like, genre-wise, I can't quite see the link, but lyrically I can kind of see the link. The way you write your songs sort of lyrically is very similar, if that makes any sort of sense.
Oh yeah, it's all about being angsty.
Yeah. My sister is obsessed with Linkin Park and has been since she was a teenager. So how does music affect you and the world around you?
Look, I think Music for me and for a lot of people is just an outlet. Writing music allows me to say a lot of things I wouldn't necessarily say otherwise, and also like when I'm writing music, I like to take on characters. I suppose a lot of songs that I've written aren't written from my perspective, but the perspective of a character. So,
Yep.
like the idea of being somebody else for 3 or 4 minutes is pretty appealing to me.
That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. It's a really good way to, I think, write. It's very different. What does the folk punk scene mean to you?
It just means friendship and feeling supported. You know, it's no matter how much the world outside gets you down. You know, being able to go to a show or play in a band or see a friend's band just gives me a place where I feel safe.
Yeah, I always feel super welcome when I come along to, like, Suicide Tuesday show or, like, Knotfest was my first time, and I felt super welcome there. Everyone was so inclusive, and I came on my own, and I didn't know anyone else. Like, I feel like I made a lot of lifelong friends.
Yeah, all my closest friends I've met through music.
Yeah. I feel like that's sort of what's happening with me. With my Melbourne friends, it's usually I've met them through music. So, in the country, it's just completely different group of people altogether. So,
I can imagine.
Yeah. If you could change one thing about the scene, what would it be?
I suppose the biggest thing is just the availability of shows for bands first starting out. It's not so much an issue for me now because I've been playing for a while, but for bands starting out, it can be hard to get shows, you know, before venues know you and things like that. And with a lot of venues closing down, there's less opportunities for young bands coming up to play. So, you know, I just think, you know, if there was one thing I'd be able to change, you know, if I was able to wave a magic wand and make, you know, more music venues appear, that would be ideal.
That would be great, yeah. Because isn't the Rev, that was talking about closing down a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think they're back in the safe zone now. I couldn't tell you. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was just thinking like there's a very iconic Melbourne, you know, venue that could just be wiped out. So, you know,
And we've lost so many over the last couple of years. You know, big ones too, like ones that you'd never thought would.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Anytime.